Hello, good people. This is me, Yashasvi Acharya. You're watching Crypto TV, and these are today's top trending stories from the world of crypto. Bitcoin Ethereum-led crypto drop as Fed readies rate hike. Kazakhstan, a top Bitcoin mining country, turns off internet amid protest. Antivirus software Norton now installs crypto miner on your PC by default. Kosovo bans crypto mining amid energy crisis. Quentin Tarantino goes ahead with Pulp Fiction NFT plans despite lawsuit. Solana Networks blanks out for the third time in less than 6 months. Melania Trump to auction old hat painting NFT for $250,000. Now let's talk about CryptoWire. CryptoWire, a super crypto app which also includes the channel Crypto TV, has announced the launch of India's first index of cryptocurrencies, IC50. The IC15 index is aimed at helping investors track the performance of top 15 widely traded liquid cryptocurrencies listed on leading crypto exchanges across the globe. Bitcoin, the market leader, led a fall among cryptocurrencies as the US Federal Reserve indicated it could advance its timetable for raising interest rates to mid-March, according to the minutes of its December meeting. The minutes showed that some officials were in favor of rate hike by abandoning some of the nearly $8.8 trillion in bonds in its holding. This essentially means that the Fed is going to stop printing money and make it more expensive to borrow in order to steady the economy and keep rising inflation in check. Bitcoin crashed by over 6% in 24 hours to trade at $43,585, while Ethereum lost 8% to trade $3,543, while Binance Coin also crashed 7% to the trade at $475. Terra fell by 9% while Solana plunged 10%. Bitcoin's market dominance declined to 37%, its lowest since 2018. Overall, the cryptocurrency market dropped by over 6% to $2.2 trillion, nearing its lowest level since September 2021. Kazakhstan, which boasts the second largest Bitcoin mining hash rate, is facing major internet disruption amid local anti-government protest. Internet service providers said the Kazakhstan was in middle of nationwide internet blackout after a day of mobile internet disruption and partial restrictions. The outage was ordered after the cabinet resigned amid major anti-government protest against fuel price hike. The latest internet outages could hurt the global Bitcoin hash rate, a measure of computing power. Kazakhstan accounted for 18% of the total global BTC mining hash rate distribution as of October 2021, second only to the United States. If you are a user of Norton 360 antivirus, then you may find that loading the software will also automatically enable the crypto mining function by default, and they're doing it silently. Several users began complaining online about the new feature over social media, which cannot be disabled. Norton, however, in a FAQ claims that the service is activated only with the user's permission and users can disable the service through the Northern Crypto dashboard. The mining function enables a user to mine Ethereum, and Norton claims to store the crypto at their servers and take 15% share. Kosovo has banned cryptocurrency mining in order to curb electricity consumption amidst the country's worst energy crisis in a decade. The country's energy ministry has instructed all law enforcement agencies to stop the production of this activity in cooperation with other relevant institutions after identifying locations where mining of cryptocurrency is carried out. Ministry of Economy and Energy Artane Rizwailoni said in a statement. Last month, the Kosovo government declared a 60-day state of emergency, introducing power cuts in the face of high import costs and power plant outages. Kosovo, a small country of 1.8 million people, imports over 40% of its power requirement. With electricity demand for heating rising following the onset of winter, the nation is facing power outages. Several youngsters in Kosovo has flocked to crypto mining, especially after the recent China ban on crypto mining, owing to country's relatively cheap power cost. Award-winning movie director Quentin Tarantino said he will release his line of Pulp Fiction NFTs despite Miramax lawsuit. Tarantino's attorney claimed that the filmmaker had every right to create and sell his non-fungible tokens based on the 1994 movie, which garnered $214 million at the box office. Miramax, the Hollywood studio which produced the film, filed a lawsuit on November 16 accusing Tarantino of breaching its contract, committing trademark infringement, copyright infringement of the unfair competition, according to a court filing. According to the lawsuit, Tarantino did not disclose any NFT plans with the studio prior, and despite being served a deceased letter to cancel the sale, he still publicly announced the collection. Tarantino first announced the blockchain-based line of digital collectibles in early November. The Solana blockchain, which is often counted as Ethereum killer, has suffered an outage for the third time within a span of 6 months. It's unclear if the issue was a simple network failure because of the high traffic or whether the network collapsed because of a distributed denial of services attack by hackers. The network returned to normal after 5 hours at 7 o'clock on the same day. Other reports indicate that it took about 4 hours for the network to come back. Solana Labs co-founder Anatoly though has tweeted that the issue wasn't a DDoS attack. It's not a DDoS, just pain of getting a new runtime commercialized, he wrote. Melania Trump is auctioning off a hat she donned during a state visit of French President Emmanuel Macron and wife Brigitte, a watercolor painting of the former First Lady wearing it, and a non-fungible token of the art. The auction will start on January 11th at a reserve price of $250,000 or 1415.86 Sol, a cryptocurrency. The white, broad-brimmed, high-blocked crown hat was designed by French-American designer Have Pair and won on April 24, 2018. Both pieces of art are by French artist Marc-Antonio Collin. All 3 items up for auctions will be signed by Melania, and the artworks will be signed by Collin too. A portion of its proceeds from this auction will be used to provide foster care children with access to computer science and technology education. In 2021, venture capitalists invested $33 billion into crypto and blockchain startups, according to a report by Galaxy Digital. About $22 billion, or 67%, went into rounds with deals over $100 million. Companies that focus on digital assets trading or building in Web3 raised the most capital overall, the report said. Over $10.5 billion was invested in the fourth quarter of 2021, the most of any quarter last year and more than all of 2020 combined. Overall, 49 new funds were raised during the year, with an average size of $300 million, the report showed. LivePair, an Ethereum-based video streaming network, has raised $20 million in a Series B1 round. The company, founded in 2017, will use the capital to explore opportunities to capture live streaming infrastructure, esports, and live shopping. Investors include Alan Howard, a billionaire hedge fund manager, and investment fund Tiger Global, among others. The round follows its $20 million Series B from July that was led by Digital Currency Group. To date, LivePair has raised total $48 million. Online hospitality marketplace Airbnb could soon be accepting cryptocurrency payments if its chief executive recent Twitter comments are of any indication. Chesky asked his Twitter followers for Airbnb-related suggestions, and crypto was clearly in the lead. Chesky says that he has seen a variety of token ideas which could lead that Airbnb future cryptocurrency payment lineup will not be limited to 1 or 2 tokens. That's all for today. This is me, Yashasvi Acharya, signing off. Do not forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon if you really want to know what's going on in the world of crypto. Have a good day.